happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are finally ceramic coating the M3. I've had this back from the wrap shop for about a little over a month now. All right, now as you guys know, this car is wrapped in Laguna Seca by Innovatec. However, I also have a few parts on this car that are painted. I'll show you guys the painted parts and the wrap parts. Everything does look pretty good on this car. It's very glossy for it being a wrap. The ceramic coating will glossen this car up even more, as well as add a fine layer of protection and also bring out those hydrophobic properties that we love when we are washing our cars. I always feel like people drop the ball when they first buy a car by not doing two things that are super important. One, PPF your car. Two, ceramic coat your car. Now with that being said, if you're gonna ceramic coat your car, you must know that it's very important to do the prep work. The amount of work that you put into the prep work is really what's going to dictate how well the ceramic bonds to the car. So the E36 right now is freshly washed. I also alcohol bathed it using isopropyl, a couple of clean microfiber towels, went through the entire car. She is very, very clean, which means she is ready for ceramic coating application. Now this ceramic coating is called Ceramium 5, you guys. It is a product designed by a team of car enthusiasts in Vancouver, Canada. Their goal is to make ceramic coating less daunting to DIY. And I think they've honestly come up with the perfect solution with this Ceramium 5. It is a wipe on and wipe off process with instructions in the box. The actual ceramic coating process will only take you about an hour to do your entire car. If you guys know anything about ceramic coating, if you've ever done ceramic coating to your car before or paid another company, it can cost you literally thousands of dollars to have ceramic coating applied to your car. You can now do it at home. The cost of Ceramium 5 is $49.99. However, if you use my discount code THICK, you will get $5 off. Save yourself a little bit of cash. Get your car ceramic coated. Trust me, this is totally worth it and probably one of the best things that you can do to your car. It will save you so much time down the road when it comes to cleaning and washing your car in the future. So obviously, in addition to this sweet packaging, you get the bottle of ceramic coating, the Ceramium 5. And then in the box, you are going to have an applicator pad on the side right here. See, this is your applicator pad. And then underneath the QR code here, you're gonna have a couple of little towels. You're gonna wrap one of these towels around the applicator pad, and that is what we're gonna be applying the ceramic coating to. And then we will put that onto the car in a hash-like formation. Now, when you guys are applying it to your car, you want to work in small sections. Don't overdo it because it is easy to kind of lose track of where you are or what you've already done. After you apply the ceramic to the car, you have about 5 minutes before it actually cures. You want to make sure that you go ahead and wipe it off with a clean microfiber towel. Do not reuse microfiber towels that have had ceramic coating on them in the past because they harden. You can end up scratching your paint or your wrap. So to give you guys an idea, you're literally just gonna take one of these. You're gonna take the applicator pad, there's a soft side to it, lay that down like that, wrap this over like this, wrap this over like this, apply the ceramic on this side. We'll do about 5 to 8 drops. We will literally work section by section. Now, to give you guys an idea of what is actually wrapped and painted on this car, first of all, I will say that this wrap job is a very, very good wrap job. Innovatec Film is a fantastic wrap film company. I have had personally 0 issues with this wrap. The people who did this wrap are Sensational Tint Wraps and Detail here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hit them up if you are looking to have a wrap done. I have had 4 cars wrapped by them so far, and they always do a phenomenal job. Have you guys ever heard of Underground Racing? Yeah, they do all of the twin turbo Lamborghinis over at Sensational Tint Wraps and Detail. Have you ever heard of DaBaby, the rapper? He does all of his cars as well, but he also does all of my cars. So on this car, I had a few things painted. First of all, I am in love with Laguna Seca on the E36 M3, so it was no question to me that I wanted to keep this color. I was married to it. This is why I went ahead and painted some of these items, and I will in the future be painting the entire car after we get through a couple of track days with it. So the front bumper is in fact painted. I figured that it would be much easier to just go ahead and paint this bumper rather than trying to wrap it. The front bumper has a lot of little places that we would need to create seams and whatnot, and sometimes when you have smaller pieces like that, it's just a little bit easier for everyone if you just go ahead and paint it. So hood is wrapped, and like I said, you guys, this wrap, I mean, it's a really, really good wrap. This stuff looks like paint, like it's super glossy. Fenders are wrapped. Now, however, I did have a lot of prep work done before I had this car wrapped. I had the fenders and the hood all sanded and primed down with a little bit of Bondo work to make sure it's completely flat, and really that's why it came out so good. This hood, if you guys saw it before when this car was black, it was in very bad condition. We even tried sanding it down ourselves and making it good. It was just not turning out well. You could see everything through the wrap, so we took everything off and redid it to make it perfect. Moving along, side skirts are in fact wrapped. However, I do have the updated side skirts going to paint soon, so I am gonna be changing these up to like the newer ones that have the X, like the crosshatch thing. Those will be painted, however, these ones are wrapped right now. This is wrapped, these are painted. Mirrors are in fact painted. The roof is wrapped. This sunroof delete is painted. Quarter panels wrapped, trunk wrapped, wing painted. Also, really good paint match job. Rest of the trunk, obviously wrapped, bumper wrapped. Yeah, so mostly it's wrapped. There are just a few things that are painted. The nice part about having all of these painted and wrapped parts on this car is we're really gonna be able to put the Ceramium to the test. See how it withstands a wrapped car and a painted car. And like I said before, you guys, the prep work is everything. If you have really old paint, you're probably gonna need like a 1-step or a 2-step cut and polish on the car. You're probably gonna need a clay bar. You're probably gonna need a very thorough detail to get the paint to the right place before you just go ahead and ceramic. Do not put ceramic coating on bad paint. It's just not gonna do anything for you. You're essentially creating another layer of clear coat, so you don't wanna put clear coat on top of bad paint. You wanna start by addressing the bad paint and then go ahead and finish it off with a very nice ceramic coating, which is exactly what we're doing today. All right, that's enough talking. Let's get into ceramic coating. Like I said, you guys, 5 to 8 drops on this little applicator pad. We're gonna work in a hashtag-like motion. I'm gonna hit half the hood, and then I'll go ahead and knock out the rest of the car. See the line. So the left side, passenger side, my left, is going to be ceramic coated. Right side is not. You can already see how it just glossens and deepens up the entire wrap. So you don't want to wait too long because this is going to cure very fast. We now take a clean microfiber towel, preferably a new one, and with a waving motion, just like this, we're going to go ahead and wipe off all of this ceramic. Going from this side of the hood to right there, you can just feel it. The wrap just gets super sticky. It grabs it. Super gloss, too hard right there. I can feel it. So that is the process, and it is so easy, you guys. I'm telling you, ceramic coating, it's just a bit meticulous because you have to go over the entire car. I like to do everything. I hit my carbon, I hit my plastic, I do everything. I'll do the headlights. I'll hit this entire car with ceramic coating, and it just makes cleaning it down the road so much easier. Now, I do suggest when you guys do this, let it cure for at least 24 hours before you take the car out in the elements, get dust on it, rain, water, whatever, anything that's coming up from the road. You don't want to take a freshly ceramic coated car out into the elements because this ceramic will need time to cure. But if you wait 24 hours for this ceramic to properly cure to the car, I'm telling you, you are going to love the way that the water beads off of your car. The next time you go wash it, don't even use towels anymore. This is all I use. I use this little blow dryer right here. I literally wash my car with a mitt, soapy water, and I use this guy, and I'm telling you, washing the car from that moment forward is so easy. Now, obviously, it's a perk if you have a garage, if you keep your car indoors. Ceramic coating will last a very long time if you take care of it. I've had ceramic coating on all of my cars last years, but that's because I take really good care of my cars. If your car is sitting outside in like harsh winters all the time, nothing is going to last that long. Even your clear coat isn't gonna last that long. So as long as you guys take care of the car will take care of you. Same thing goes with the ceramic coating. Take care of the ceramic coating will take care of you. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of the car, but that's literally the process. It's that simple. Stuff is super easy to apply. Throw it on, wipe it off, just don't leave it on too long. You'll see that the ceramic coating will start to get kind of sticky. It gets tacky. That means that it is actually curing already. If you get to that point, make sure you wipe it off or level it off pretty quick. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the rest of this car. I'd say it's probably gonna take me about an hour to get through the entire thing. If I rushed it, I could probably do it in like 45 or 30. But anytime you're doing this, you really don't wanna rush it. You wanna take your time with it. All right, second half of the hood is done. See all the marks on there from me applying it. Probably about time to level it out. Level it out. They call this the howdy doody method. Like you're waving, you're saying goodbye to them. This is how you level it out, folks. But the idea here is obviously to just remove and level out the ceramic, the excess ceramic, I should say. And you'll feel it immediately. I mean, the surface gets very, very slick. Nice and glossy, feels like glass. Makes a big impact on a wrapped car because wrap always is a bit rough. It always is a bit stickier than paint. You will feel it immediately on a wrapped car. It's really crazy when you use ceramic coating on like plastic parts because it deepens up the plastic. It dramatically looks darker, has a much more like sheen finish to it. Just kind of like brings it back to life. And it's gonna stay like that. It's gonna stay like that for a while because it's creating a coating on top of it. Look at the shine that it brings out on the carbon. I mean, anything that you put ceramic on, it just deepens the look. If you have like colored wheels, like black or bronze, ceramic drastically deepens the color of the wheels as well. It's pretty cool stuff, man. It definitely makes the car look much more glossy, like it gives it a much more gloss finish. So you can use it on paint and wrap, plastic, lights, carbon. I mean, dude, the stuff, it works wonders. And to understand exactly what I'm doing here when I do this, I'm not trying to remove everything. I'm not using a lot of force. We don't want any high spots in the ceramic. So we go ahead and just level off that top layer, make sure it's nice and clean. You'll be able to see marks, like high marks, in the wrap or in the paint. It'll just look a little bit wet. You wanna make sure that you level that off until you don't see that anymore. But like I said, don't use too much pressure. You don't need to be like pressing down firmly, scratching your wrap or paint. Just be very light with it. It's, I mean, you can already see that it's crazy gloss. Like the gloss and the finish is really, really good. Now, obviously it's kind of tough for me to explain this by just showing you, but to the feel, super smooth, like glass. And you guys will feel it immediately when you do this. Makes a really big difference. The plastic, dude, the plastic. It's no longer a gray finish, it is now black. Look at how dark the trim is. Everything looks so nice and new. It's really, really wild what ceramic can do for your car. Also on carbon, makes a big difference on the carbon too. And if you guys know anything about wraps, when you wrap a car, It's nothing like paint. The texture isn't as nearly as glossy, as nearly as fine. I mean, you are putting a big piece of vinyl on your car. So it's never going to be as smooth as paint, but I promise you, if you ceramic coat that wrap, it will make a very big difference. I've always ceramic coated my wrapped cars, and it's made a huge difference in the way they look, especially in person, on camera, on film. Look at how glossy they look. That does not look like a wrap. It looks like paint. So I've got this section of the car to finish up. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, finally finished up the entire car. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over it with an LED light, and I'm just looking for any high spots. It's kind of hard to see. Just kind of go through it and make sure that you don't have any weird high marks in the ceramic. Just kind of cruise through the car real quick. I don't see any of them. I mean, this all depends on your lighting in your garage. Obviously, I have pretty decent lighting in here. Just want to double check everything to make sure that there isn't any ceramic left over on there. Look at how glossy that looks, man. It's crazy. If you're not careful and you don't get up all the ceramic, you will see it on the car. It almost looks as if you left like tire shine on the car or something, or smeared like a rubber protectant. You can just see like a grease mark. And if you don't get that off relatively quickly, it will cure to the car like that. And the only way to remove it is going to be to actually buff it out, to take a orbital polisher and get it out of the paint or wrap. But for the most part, I think we're good. Oh, I got a little high spot right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there, do you see that? So that's what it'll look like if you don't get it all off. It looks like a smear kind of. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that quick. It's gonna become a problem down the road. All right, got it. Yeah, she looks really good. It's just crazy that this car is wrapped. Like, it does not look wrapped. I can't tell you how many people are like, oh dude, who painted your car? Like, how much did that cost? Well, it's not painted. It's now been a couple of hours that I've been here in the garage, kind of messing with the car, filming, taking phone calls, doing all that, but we should be good for a little preliminary test to just see what the water beading is like. Okay, so the final test. Let's see that water beading. No, this video is not sponsored by Smart Water, but Smart Water, if you are watching, hit me up. Let's make something happen. All right, so we want to see some water beading. We want to see some hydrophobic properties happening here. Is it going to work? Is it going to happen? Oh, yes, sir, it is. Look at that. Nothing is sticking onto this car, baby. Look at those bubbles. So why does that matter? Why do we care about that? Well, if you've ever seen water on a car that isn't hydrophobic like this, that isn't coated, the water is not going to bead like this. You're not gonna get these fine little beads. Why do we like these beads? Well, that means that it's not sticking to the car. It's not sticking to the paint. And why don't we want it to stick to the paint? That's why. We want to be able to wash our car with ease. And I'm telling you guys, ceramic coat your car, man. It's a no-brainer. It's gonna make your life so much easier. It's gonna make your life so much easier, you guys. First of all, if you're using towels to dry off your car, that's a bad idea. Every time you use a towel on a car, you are marring and scratching the clear coat. I don't care what kind of microfiber towel it is. I don't care how clean it is. Every time you take anything and you put it on that paint, the likelihood and the chances of you putting marks or swirls or scratches into that paint or that clear coat greatly enhance. I try to touch my paint as least as possible. So I really just use my wash mitt, I use my soap, I use water, and I use that. Now, having this ceramic coating on there, it's going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to drying the car. I can have this entire car washed and dried in probably about 20, 30 minutes, and I'm talking like a pretty good wash where this thing looks like show quality. Now granted, I do keep this car very clean, so it's always easy when you maintain a car like this and you keep your cars relatively clean. It's obviously a lot easier to wash them and make them look good. But with the ceramic coating, I don't ever have to touch the paint. If you were to use a blower like that on a car that is not ceramic coated, it would take you forever to dry the car. When you have the beading, all of the water just wicks right off. Makes your life a lot easier. Now, I highly recommend if you guys are gonna do this and you are gonna like test that with the water, make sure you wait, just give it like a day and let the stuff really cure. You don't want that water getting into the ceramic. I just did that to show you guys because I knew that it would be hydrophobic almost immediately. But we've been in here for a couple hours and I'm sure that the curing is probably fine for that. So we have successfully dried off the car. Man, this thing looks unbelievable, super glossy, really, really happy with the way that the ceramic coating has worked. There's a lot of companies out there that sell ceramic sprays or ceramic waxes. Those will not last. I'm telling you right now, you can use that. If you just want to use that and go over the entire car and take all that time to just have it last for a couple of days, go for it by all means, but it will not last like a proper ceramic coating. A real ceramic coating like this that is being properly maintained will last you a year or even longer. Years, depending on how well you take care of the car. On my F30, on my E90 M3, on my M2, on my Supra, I have ceramic coated my car with real ceramic coatings and it has literally lasted years. Now with that being said, you guys, the prep work is everything. Making sure the car is extremely clean, that you alcohol bath it, that this ceramic coating can bond to the car very well. And I promise you guys, if you properly apply this ceramic coating, you are going to cut down your wash time and increase your driving time. And that's what it's all about, folks. Now, obviously, you guys, I have used a lot of ceramic coating products in the past. Ceramium 5 actually does work. It is legitimate. I have put it to the test on this car. I will put it to the test on the Supra in the future. But it is my duty to show you guys what I am using, show you guys the products that I actually believe in, and this is one of them. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description. You guys go ahead and hit that up. Use code THICK for $5 off. Ceramium 5 is the ceramic coating that we're using today. It is made by the guys over at Half Past 5. I believe in it, it works, it is a good ceramic coating, and if you really do care about your time and keeping your car clean, it's the way to go. Anyways, guys, that'll effectively end today's video. I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, like this video. See you in the next one. Peace out.